The following is a presentation of Alabama Public Television Station WCIQ, broadcasting from high atop Mount Chiaha.
Good Friday evening to you, everyone. It is wonderful to see everybody here. Thank you for joining us this evening. I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, posting under the moniker The Dungeon Delver, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful Friday evening. We have got we've got a little something different happening tonight. First of all, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, and you like good, solid tabletop RPG content, leaning heavily into the old school variety, please consider clicking the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. And if you're watching this video after the fact and you feel compelled, please leave a comment down below. It helps with the engagement. It helps with the algorithm, and I certainly do appreciate it. And if you like it, of course, give it a thumbs up. So typically on Friday, for your entertainment and enlightenment, we play Gamma World. And we have a lot of fun with it. You know, it's gonzo post-apocalypse and so on. However, a few years ago, we started doing something a little different. In October, we started playing Call of Cthulhu, which, if you're not aware of, is a phenomenal little tabletop RPG put out by Chaosium. It debuted in 1981. I'm not going to do a deep dive on it right now, because that is beyond the scope of what we're going to do here. However, every Friday this month, starting tonight, we will be playing Call of Cthulhu. We have our group from our Gamma World live stream. They're putting on a different air tonight as we get ready to go, and I hope you guys will all enjoy and be ready to be terrified and amazed and hopefully entertained. Now, my rule does stand, as it does with first edition AD&D, with games that my co-host Kyle runs, and of course with our Gamma World games. If you have a question, please feel free to ask it. I will do my level best to answer it. Call of Cthulhu tends to be a little bit different. We tend to be a little bit more sedate, a little bit somber, and I should point out that the Call of Cthulhu sessions, because we are seeking to run essentially a brief campaign, are 3 hours, not 2. Well, my preamble tonight notwithstanding. One other thing that I want to mention to you, you know, normally this is not the kind of thing that I will interject into a game that I will discuss, because I don't feel like it is a I don't feel like it's de rigueur. However, this is a horror role-playing game. We may discuss, I may describe scenes and topics that some of our listeners or watchers may find unsettling. This is a game of cosmic horror. The universe doesn't care about your feelings. Now, I'm not going to get super graphic. There are some subjects I just don't broach here on the show, and I certainly don't discuss certain actions and activities in real time, not for the least reason that I will become very quickly demonetized by YouTube for doing that, at the very least on the video that I'm currently doing. However, with that said, it is a horror role-playing game. So if you feel squeamish, think about all of the stuff that can happen in horror movies, and comport yourself accordingly. I will not take umbrage if folks are like, no, I need to step away from this. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed the slightly different atmospheric opening credits that I brought to you tonight. I shouldn't really call them credits, more just opening montage. It does play into tonight's adventure a little bit, because although we are playing Call of Cthulhu, this Call of Cthulhu game is set in the year 1970 in the southern United States. Now, why did I choose that year? I wanted something a little bit more relatable for our audience and for our players. However, with that said, 1970 is, of course, 54 years ago. To put that in perspective, that is about 31 years. There's about, I'm sorry, not 30. There's about the same number of years between 1970 and now as there is between 1930 and the release of the RPG Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu came out in 1981. And of course, Lovecraft worked in the late 20s and early 30s, which were modern times for him. So while this is a Cthulhu Now session, it is very much a time of antiquity, when the world was not quite as big as it is today. When we consider 1970, think of historic events. You had the first Earth Day was celebrated. Apollo 13, in the spring of that year, had to abort its mission and swing around the moon on a free return trajectory. And relevant to tonight's game, you had the rise of a small, at the time, insignificant television network located in the city of Atlanta. So, without spoiling anything, and without any further ado, exactly, V-Van, Cthulhu Now, but really Cthulhu back then. With that said, let's welcome our players. Everyone, please. And when I bring you in, if you could all just let us know who is who here. So first we have author Pete Wilson, being played by Doomsword Deathmaster. And next up, we have Will McFarland. And that is Kevin, playing Will McFarland. Kevin, hello.
I'm unmuted now. Hello.
You're unmuted now. Doomsword, can you give us a mic check, please?
Yeah. I was muted with the hardware button. Apologies.
Oh, that happens. And of course, Yang Yan Zhao will be playing Philip Barker.
Good evening, everyone.
And last but not least, we have no, it's not the Stephen King Carrie. We have Kennick playing Carrie. Good evening.
Hello.
Alrighty. So I know that our players are essentially familiar with the Call of Cthulhu tabletop RPG in how it works, essentially. The basics of it is a percentile system. I'm just gonna grab your character sheets off the flash drive here. Bear with me just a moment so that I have them all up. So we will be rolling dice on screen using the DD dice tray. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to describe the scenario. I'm going to describe the environment that our players find themselves in. So it is 1970, and you all live in the bustling metropolis of the South, the jewel, really, in the crown of the Southern United States at this point in time, Atlanta. For various reasons, not the least of which you need to make a buck, regardless of your particular skill set. You've all found yourselves in the employ of a rather eccentric but determined businessman, one Mr. Ted Turner. And you know the name Turner Outdoors. You see it on the frame of billboards as you sit in traffic on I-75 every day, or pretty much any place in Georgia. Ted Turner is an outdoor advertising man. So why did he buy this little struggling TV station, WTCG, in Atlanta? Well, he wants to make an impact, and he knows he can't do it just with signs. And so all of you looking for work have found yourselves working for him, for Mr. Turner. The station literally only just got a license from the FCC to broadcast in color. That's how small this station is. Ted, as everyone calls him, no one calls him Mr. Turner. He'll tell you straight up, that's my father's name. That's not my name. He calls you all into his office one day. Now, this is not an unusual thing, because you have to remember, this is 1970, and while Ted Turner is a savvy businessman, he's not a mogul yet. He's not a billionaire. He's just a guy running a TV station. So you find yourself in Ted Turner's office, and he looks at you and says, he's currently standing in front of a stack of bank boxes on which rests a typewriter, an IBM Selectric that is threatening to crush the bank boxes under it with its weight. And he's hammering away. He's hunting and pecking and hammering away, and just kind of glances up as you come in and goes, huh? Oh, well, y'all come in. Close the door behind you. Get in here. Come on.
I'm delighted you've summoned us again, Ted.
Again? What the hell? Anyway, all right. Sit it. He runs over, kicks down a folding chair, takes some piles of papers off of some others, and then goes back and leans against a filing cabinet and says, sit down, sit down, sit down. All you, sit down. Now, I don't have to tell any of y'all, this station is about to go belly up. We are just about damn broke. I need shows. I need content. I got Bill Tush out there beating the sidewalks, talking to little old ladies about their prize-winning begonias. I can't even get a package of Woody Woodpecker cartoons, show the kids in the afternoons. I need shows. I need something to get people's butts in seats and watching TV. And so it came to me last night. Look at this. He picks up a newspaper and pauses for a second when he realizes he doesn't have a desk to slap it down on, and then holds it up. It is a late January copy of the Gadsden Times. And in it, amongst the usual things, and you know about Gadsden, it's a small city. It's a few hours outside of Atlanta, just across the border in Alabama. He says, "Now look at this right here. Look at this right here. This part right here. Don't worry about this. Look at this. Right here says, strange lights seen over Mount Cheeha." Now, what I need you folks to do is I need you to get your butts out to Mount Cheeha, and I need you to check it out. I won't film. I want you to grab one of them cameras that I paid so damn much money for. I want you to get out there. I want you to talk to some of them yokels, and I want you to get me a story. I want you to get something that we can put on the air that'll get people interested. This is the kind of thing, we got a rocket's going to fly to the moon. People are bored with that now. Nobody cares. If I could get I Love Lucy reruns, I could run I Love Lucy reruns and beat the damn space program. But I need to sell things to advertisers. I need things that people are going to watch. Now, you go out there and you find me a UFO, or you find me a Bigfoot, or hell, I don't care. Maybe it's a bunch of long-haired hippies smoking weed. I don't care. I don't know. But what you need to do is you need to get the hell out to Mount Cheeha, spend a couple days out there, shoot some footage, find the creature from Boggy Creek or whatever the hell it is, and then bring something back that I can put on TV and keep you in your damn knit shirts and wide ties. You understand? What are you staring at me for? Why are you still sitting here?
I'm glad you see it. I'm glad you see it my way, Ted. I've been trying to get you to do news for a long time. I think news is where it's at.
I'm going to skip the part where this is a you problem versus a me problem. We'll do what you need.
Carrie's not going to say anything. She's going to go grab a camera.
You were completely unhearable there. If you, sorry about that, Kenneth. Could you repeat, please?
Carrie is not going to say anything. She's going to go grab a camera.
Okay. Is nobody hearing her there?
I hear a very, very little bit. Its
very
volume
low,
is extremely low. So
okay. I'm gonna crank her mic volume all the way up. All right. Give us a mic check there, please, Kenneth.
1, 2, 3. You hear me?
No, you're complete. You're gonna have to type in until you can get your audio fixed.
Well, let me get it.
All right. So anyway, yeah, Turner's looking around and he says he reaches into his back pocket, opens up his wallet, flips out to it. Which one of you is driving? The hell are you staring at me for? One of y'all's driving the damn car over there.
Well, I'll drive.
Here.
I prefer to ride.
Yeah, he puts he puts like $5 in your hand. All right.
So
Y'all
Ted,
need
can
anything
I take that paper with us? I'd like to do a little bit of research before we just run into the woods.
Hell, go ahead.
Okay.
He hands you the newspaper.
I'll look at it. Is it a byline by somebody that I've read, or is it? Is this some local?
It's a local reporter at the Gadsden Times.
Okay.
Now, one thing I will tell you is Gadsden is pretty far removed from Mount Cheeha. It's about 50 miles southwest of Gadsden. Mount Cheeha is between Talladega, which all you guys know about Talladega. There's a NASCAR race there every year. and Anniston, which is a U.S. Army depot. Again, these are both locations in Alabama. So you do know about those locations. Just FYI, just letting you guys know.
Well, I'll say, well, let's get going then, and take the paper and kind of try to read it as I'm walking off.
Okay.
The article.
Yeah, man, we got a skitty.
All right. So the article is kind of shy on details. Let me pull up the map, which will be very helpful for me. That's one thing I meant to have open, and I apologize for that. So what are you guys doing to prepare to go there? Let me ask you that while I do this.
Sorry, did you say that there was a name on the byline?
John Smith.
John Smith.
I haven't heard of this man that wrote this story, but he's got to have something else out there, right? Maybe
he ain't nothing but a hack.
This isn't my favorite type of story. I usually like stories that are more grounded, but getting paid for this, given my sabbatical, I need something. So I guess this is it.
Okay, so the article, I just want to interject because you have been reading the article. It cites it cites a Jim Slidell, and his name is actually Boss Jim Slidell, with the boss is at least in quotes. Boss Jim Slidell of the nearby town of Delta, Alabama, said that the lights were probably a helicopter or something like that from Anniston, and not to worry about it. So that is the only other relevant piece of information that that you have.
Well, my experience with this kind of thing is more of the research type. Maybe before we run out there, we could stop over at the library, or even the desk at the local paper, and see if we can pull more stuff up. We might have to wait till we get to Gadsden, unfortunately, to have more useful data, but maybe we can pull that off.
Yeah, man, we got to stop at my pad too. I got some stuff to grab.
I'm going to try calling them up. I'm going to try calling up the paper's office.
Okay.
If Carrie has any contacts with the paper, she's gonna try to pull them in.
Okay. Hey,
we heard you there, so
yes,
it was good.
All right. I can now crank it down. Apologies to any headphone listeners out there. We weren't sure when you were going to be able to come back with good audio. All right. So you guys are going on a little bit of a library search then in Atlanta before you head out?
Well, is there a phone in the TV station that he can use to call the paper's desk first? Leave or
there? Yeah. I mean, outside Ted's office and the press room and everything, there are in the production area. Yeah, there are desks with phones at them.
I'm gonna say this is kind of my area here. What do you want to ask? Because I had some contacts. I might be able to get something that you can't. We can tag team it.
All right. Well, I think first we should try to find Mr. John Smith and see what exactly his thoughts on this story were, if he thinks it's credible, or if you know, I don't know, they was just drunk or something. But I think too, then we should look and see who exactly the witnesses are, and maybe if he can give us some contact information, either phone number, address, if he knows where they local watering hole or something like that. And then maybe if there's been any more light sightings that he knows of since his story came out.
Hey, that's all good with me. When you guys give me a lift back to my place,
For sure.
I got to grab some stuff. Have fun over there. I'm thinking about the future.
Okay. All right, guys. So you're going to call the newspaper? Is that what you're doing, Carrie?
Yes, I will.
All right. Give me a. I tell you what. We're gonna have to make this a library use roll. Well, So you're calling from a TV station. You're calling a newspaper. Let's see. All right. Phone answers. Gadsden Times.
Do I have
Information
any direct contact names that I can drop?
You have the name in the newspaper.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to say, Carrie Smith here. I'm a journalist. I've got a story here I'm trying to work on here. Hopefully I can get some help from you guys.
Yeah, well, what can I do for you, Miss Smith?
Yeah, well, what we heard, there's some stuff brewing there in some mountains here, local in Georgia here. You got any details that you might be willing to share with us?
Ma'am, Gadsden's in Alabama. I don't know what's going on in Georgia, except the Braves can't play worth a damn except for that new home run hitter they got, and they're supposed to get a pro football team. What do I know about Georgia?
Well, that's sports stuff. I mean, there's got to be more with local interest stuff that you guys know about.
Ma'am, we are a small paper in Gadsden, Alabama. If you got a question about Gadsden, Alabama, or South Side or Hoax Bluff or Atala or Alabama City or something like that, then ask away. But otherwise, I ain't got no time for you. With all respect.
Yeah, I get it. You got all the roll tide there going on, you know. I completely get you.
Yeah, right. Anyway, young lady, if you'll pardon me, I got a paper to work for.
Thank you much for your time, lady.
You click. Yeah, just the phone just hangs up at that point. All right, so that didn't bear anything. So who wanted to go to the library?
Will wants to.
Okay. How are you getting to all right, so you're gonna drive to the local branch of the Fulton County Public Library?
Yeah, I assume we're gonna stop and get his equipment or whatever he needs from his place first, and then head over to the library afterwards.
Okay. All right, so
that's Pete's place, by the way.
Yeah, right. You navigate to the library. Now, Yang, what is Philip Barker doing? while all this is going on? Are you going with, well, Kennick, is Carrie going with Will?
Yeah, she'll go.
Yeah. I
right.
guess we'll drop Pete off first at his house, then go with Will to the library,
Okay.
and then we'll pick Pete up again after.
Okay. All right. So you guys are at the library. It is quiet because it's a library. So what are you doing?
Well, time to go to the card catalog. There isn't. This isn't computerized, I assume. Right? I mean, I know that
If you
IBM
go,
360s exist, but this is the county library, not like some university library, right?
well, if you go to the main branch of the Fulton County Library in downtown Atlanta, yes, they have a computer terminal. No, you do not have computer use skill.
Oh, okay. So no Raytheon for me. All right, that's
No.
cool. I'll go to the card catalog as like every other person that's ever been in the library ever went to until recent times. And first and foremost, I'll look for any publications. We're talking periodicals, not books, right? That has this John Smith as the byline.
Okay.
And then also look for the mountain region as well.
Okay, so give me a really easy library use check, if you would please. Do that in DD Dice percentile.
Okay. Yeah, I have libraries A is 55% on my sheet.
Okay.
All right, so let me roll this. 99.
Okay, you are... there are so many John Smiths who work for... It's like... good luck.
Oh, that kind of crap. All right, well, again, I'll try to filter it down by just articles that include the mountain's name, and if I have to do microfiche, I guess that's what I have to do.
Okay, so this actually will be, let's see, do you have let's see. Yeah, just give me a straight library use check.
Okay. Those are 10s. 29.
29. Okay, yeah. What do you want to know about Cheeha Mountain?
Yeah, I just want to, if there's any relevant history, how it was named, recent events that might have taken place there, if they have a fair or festival or anything of that nature that's there.
Okay, here is what you find out about Cheeha Mountain, or Mount Cheeha. It is the highest natural point in the state of Alabama. It is a few miles northwest of the town of Delta in Cheeha State Park. Let's see. It was opened as a part of the National Parks System in June of 1939, so not that long ago. It is a host to several commercial and public service transmitters. The height of the mountain, of course, gives it, quite some range over the majority of the plains area of Alabama. It's part of the Talladega Mountains, a small section of the Ridge and Valley Mountains, unlike other elevations of the Appalachians in North Alabama, which are part of the Cumberland Plateau. The mountain is the highest point in the eastern portion of the Sun Belt, east of the Mississippi, south of Interstate 20, and north of the Gulf of Mexico. The summit of the mountain gives an impression of being at much higher elevation than it actually is, in part because of the relatively low elevation of the adjacent area to the west. Geologically, it's composed of weakly metamorphosed sandstones and conglomerates of Chiaha quartzite of Silurian Devonian age, and stands high topographically due to this erosional resistance of these rocks. The soil, only moderately deep, is a brown, stony silt loam of the Chiaha series. It is well drained and very strongly acidic. And the name is from the Choctaw word chaha, meaning high place.
Gotcha. So there's does it have, are there any pictures? Can I see, like, there? I'm assuming there's like transmission towers there, radio towers.
Yes. You give me one more. That's what you find in a just a little catalog of information. Give me one more library use roll.
64.
64. You can't find any new clear pictures.
Okay.
It's like there's a picture. It's forested hills somewhere in Alabama.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's at least helpful. Nothing super useful historically, but I'll document some of that stuff down. You know, the quartzite, and it's strange that all the minerals are named after the area. It must be the first of those kind that were cataloged, I guess.
Could be.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe do a a search for unexpected lights, or even I hate to look it up in the catalog, but unidentified flying objects in that area. Periodical wise, I don't care about published works like books.
Okay, that. Yeah, give me an occult roll for that.
Okay. Mine's default, so it's not very high.
No, it's not.
Oh, come on!
You're like UFOs, Alabama, UFOs, Calhoun County, none.
Yep. Damn. Okay. Well, hell, I'll turn around and look at the others and say, look, I've kind of got bupkis out of this, other than some maybe useful geographical information. They do have radio towers over there, and those tend to have some lights on them. But
now,
maybe something else.
One thing, let me see. This is I tell you what, give me, all of you who are there, give me an idea roll, please. Give me an idea roll. Oh, there's your 05
There's
now.
my 5, yeah, that I
5.
needed in the last roll.
One of the things mentioned in the article was that for a few hours after the appearance of the light, there was a mention of television and radio interference that persisted even after the lights were gone.
Okay, yeah, I'll note that and let the others know. Hey, there were some disruptions of the signals from that mountain for a while after those lights appeared. Interesting.
Should we search on just the mountain?
I didn't find much, but you guys might have a better luck. I'll get out from in front of the catalog and wave my hand. So have at it.
All right. How How about Philip Barker there, Yang? What's he doing?
I think he is going to go find a librarian.
Okay, yeah, that's easy enough. There's a librarian at the front counter.
Sure, he'll go up to her and he'll say, "Hello there, Miss," and he'll try to find her name tag there.
Allen, Allen.
Miss Allen, my name is Philip Barker. I am a journalist for a television station, and I'm working on a story. And I was just wondering if you could be a peach and help me out with a little bit of research. I'm afraid my library days in the school library are far gone, and I could use a little help.
Okay. She smiles and says, "Well, bless your heart. We here in the Fulton County Library System are here to help. What can I help you with?" Matronly lady. She could be anywhere from 40 to 70. You know, slightly graying hair, plump Southern woman, and she adjusts her glasses and looks over you, looks over at you, and just kind of folds her hand and looks at you expectantly.
Well, now I know this is Georgia and all, but we're doing a story over in Alabama, and I was kind of wondering, do you have anything that's maybe not here on the main floor? You see, we are doing research in on Mount Cheehaw and the area, and I was wondering if maybe you have any old editions of books that may account for folklores or local legends of that area.
Give me, let's see. Give me a luck roll, please.
Okay, luck.
Your luck is 60, so that's what we're shooting at.
65, 67.
No, your luck is a 60.
Oh, well.
So give it a roll.
Oh, I did roll it. Did you not see that?
No, I did not. But you said you got a 67?
Yes.
Yeah, you might. You know what? Let me make sure my dice are working here. This is nobody's roll here. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. So you might want to reload DD dice and see if it'll play nice with you. Oh, there. When I refreshed, it showed me your roll. She smiles and says, "Well, what do you want to know about it? I know it's over near Talladega. It's the tallest mountain in Alabama, bless their hearts. What is it exactly you need to know?" And
Well,
she gets up. She's coming around the counter.
Well, this story, we need a little bit of local history and whatnot, and we're looking sort of for folklore, maybe strange tales told by settlers, or some things with stories about Indians and strange going-ons over there.
Okay, so let's make a roll for her. We're gonna add her 95% library use roll to oh, wow. Okay. So she's actually it takes her a long time. I mean, like 30 minutes. She's looking through dusty books and so on, and she's just going on and on and on, So, well, my husband, he's a hunter and a fisherman. He prefers going south of Atlanta for deer season. And I keep saying to him, well, why well, Sly, why don't you just go over to Alabama, Talladega National Park or someplace like that? And he likes the races too, but he'll never get off his butt and go over there. So yeah, she spends a long time chewing your ear to basically come up with Sweet FA. There is a book. I mean, it is like something that you could find in a bookstore that's got like 8 pages on the Choctaw Nation in Alabama.
Oh, all right. Well, it's not quite what I was hoping to hear, but I really appreciate your quite sweet with your help there. Is there maybe a section with I don't know, perhaps historical records like diaries from people back in the day?
Well, this is really all we've got.
Oh, I was hoping
but-
special collections.
Okay, give me, let's see, what is your, you don't have a great persuade, but go ahead and give me a shot.
So not fast talk?
No, not fast talk. You're not trying to get money from her or convince her to sell you her car.
I am still having some issues with this dice roller here.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that worked.
I saw it that time. 32. Okay. So she says, no, I'm really, you could maybe they have a natural history museum in Alabama. I don't really know. I don't go there often myself.
Well, that's a fine idea. I appreciate the suggestion.
All right. And finally, Monday, what is Carrie doing in the library?
She's just gonna kind of sit back because everybody seems to have everything under control.
Okay. What are you doing at home there, Pete Wilson, author?
Yeah, well, so Pete would like to go through his stuff, make sure he grabs his books and writing utensils and those things that he doesn't, carry around with him, because he feels like this is an opportunity to document some things. At the same time, since they'll probably be gone for a while, Pete would rather talk to some of his friends about the matter, some of his author buddies or whatever, and see if they know anything, being that this is not his area of specialties.
Okay. So let's see. You don't really have any author friends there at, no convenient author friends living in your house with you. So you'll have.
I'm sorry. I figured I'd phone them.
Yeah, that's okay. So give me, let's see. Give me a luck roll for Pete Wilson first, please. You're 55%.
$69.
Well, or 96 is the case.
96.
But yeah, like the one or two people you can like, one is like you get his answering service, and he's apparently on sabbatical doing some on some kind of retreat. And the other, it just rings and rings and rings and rings, and you don't really get anybody, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll be on sabbatical next time you guys need me, bro.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do at home while you're waiting for your friends to swing by and pick you up?
Nah, just chilling, some downtime.
Okay. All right. So your escapades at the library take a couple of, hey, thank you very much for the super. RRTNZ says, avoid anything that ends in con. I guess that's a directive for the library folks, but thank you for the super, RRTNZ. I appreciate it. Okay, so you spend the rest of your time in the library. You just basically you find enough material about Chiaha Mountain and the surrounding area, you could all probably write a passable high school paper on the place.
I'm doubting Ted's going to pay us for that. Maybe we just need to go to a
Knowing
place
Ted,
that
he
has.
will likely bodily eject you from his office if you come back with a high school paper about Chiaha Mountain. So
Yeah, I suspect he would not be pleased.
no.
Maybe this just doesn't have enough local color. We need to get closer and
Could be.
get out of this metropolis and get somewhere where they might have story. So
Yeah, I think we should collect everybody and go visit the place because we're gonna need on-site footage for them.
Okay. Everyone, please, and this does include you, just one at a time. We'll start with Doomsword. Give me a luck roll, please. And your luck is
55.
okay. All right. So you're prepping your stuff. How about Will McFarland there?
all right, I got an 8, so that's under my luck.
But you do need to stop by WTCG and pick up a camera. Ted was quite insistent.
Oh
that you
crap!
pick
We
up,
forgot the camera.
that you
We need to
pick
get
up
back
a
over there and
camera.
pick that up.
Yeah.
No, Carrie brought that with her.
All right. So no further luck rolls are required, and you guys get to you get to Pete's house. So Pete, you meet them. They're there in the glorious 1970. No, we're gonna this thing's a banger. This is like a 1962 Pontiac station wagon. So you can load in anything that you guys wish to bring. Be very specific with me if there is something that you guys want to bring with you that is reasonably out of the ordinary. Don't pull this. Oh yeah, no, I always carry an unexploded artillery shell with me, Bill. Did I not write that on my character sheet? Yeah, no. If there's anything that you guys want to bring that is reasonable, you can.
Mark,
What's the deal with apologies? What's the deal with like personal protection around this period in time? Is it assumed you might have an improvised weapon like a pocket knife or something, or you might have, a Smith & Wesson Model 29 chambered in 44?
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to say that your character has a handgun or something like that, that is entirely reasonable. As far as something like a knife, yeah, I mean, it's the South in the 70s. Everyone, including Carrie, probably has a lock blade,
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. I figure I probably just have a sort of run-of-the-mill 38 special
Sure.
revolver and a good-sized pocket knife my granddad gave me or something.
All right. Chief Special or Snub Nose?
I prefer the long barrel.
Okay, so Chief Special. Anyone else want anything?
Well, I mean, I'd like to bring my old bird gun if I can, but if it's too cumbersome, then the old ball bat's always been sitting by the front door just in case they had trouble.
What is your bird gun?
It's a 20 gauge shotgun. If that's just too cumbersome to pull, then I'll pull out my bat and take it with us.
It's up to you if you want to bring it. I mean,
okay, I'll bring it.
Okay,
I'll bring it, and then of course, I need my flask because I'm not going anywhere without my flask. In fact, I'm going to get my second flask just in case.
Okay.
Carrie's got climbing skills, so she's going to tell everyone, basic climbing gear, ropes, grapples, all that kind of thing. Just in case.
That you'll have to stop at a you'd have to stop at a like a sporting goods store for or something.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but I'm willing to try it. Just tell me what I got to get and how to use it.
My man.
Okay.
Philip, he's going to make sure he's got a fresh pack of Marlboro, his trusty Zippo from when he was in Nam, probably a case of beer, and a bottle of wild turkey.
Good Lord.
He'll look at Carrie and say, sometimes you get better interviews if you get them a little liquored up first.
Oh, good idea. I wish I'd thought of that myself.
Okay, so I'll get us up there and you like get them liquored up.
Will do.
I'm just saying there's better ways to get groovy, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it sounds like we're stopping at the sporting goods store before we go.
That's fine. You've got I mean, if you want to buy a good length of rope, you said you want like a grapple. Yeah, they've got that. 50 feet of rope and a grapple is going to set you back $8 1/4. So kind of expensive, but
Sorry, can he tell Carrie to grab a first aid kit while she's there?
With that, make it $12.
I mean, let's grab it. Woohoo!
Okay, so you've got a first aid kit. You've got some very basic climbing gear. You've got a shotgun. I'm guessing your shotgun. You've got what, 7 in the tube?
This one's a break action, so it's double, right? But just 2 rounds at a time.
Okay.
And I have a box of 10 that I have there.
You have a total of 12 rounds.
It's just 10 rounds, Bill.
Oh, okay.
8
so
8 and 2, yeah.
All right, 8 and 2. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha. All right, and finally, Pete. That's let's see, Detective Special 38. I think is that? I guess it depends on who makes it, but I believe it's a 5-shot. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I recall.
Okay, yeah, I know the snub Smith & Wesson 38 is a 5-shot. So we'll just assume same thing, but with a long barrel on it. Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys are apparently loaded for bear and looking for trouble. So
I got a knife. That's what I've got.
All right, that's fine. You begin your drive and you've got it's actually not that far from Atlanta as the crow flies. However, you are not going as the crow flies. This is, let me look at the map here. What scale are we using there? Yeah, as the crow flies, it's maybe 100 miles along back roads. It's going to be about 125 miles. I tell you what, just for funsies, now I know what's been implied, but I'm just going to ask you straight up. Dooms, is Pete holding?
No, he generally keeps that, on the down low.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. So yeah, you guys are piled in and you are on your way to Chiham Mountain. Somebody, I don't care who wants to do this. Well, I'll tell you what. Who's driving the car?
Philip said he was.
Philip, give me a luck roll.
All right.
I'm in the
Come
back
on.
strapped in.
That's fine.
Of course. I don't know if we had seatbelts back then.
Yeah, 1970. I don't know about that. Oh crap!
Oh crap! Indeed.
Sorry about that.
No,
want me to
that's-
re-roll that?
No,
Because that
no.
was 2 D10s,
Well,
not a percentile.
all right. Roll percentile then. 74, and your luck
60.
score is 60. Okay. Yeah, you guys start to see, you guys are coming down, you've gotten away from the main highway, and you just crossed through literally a wide space in the road called Hollis Crossroad, and you are on County Road 3. No, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. You're on Highway 9. And just as you blow through Hollis Crossroads there, stopping for the stops, or stopping for the stop light as you cross over the 431. Sure enough, red and blue lights behind you.
Man, you got the fuzz on us.
Man, hey, put them beers away.
Hey, man, you should have let the professor drive. I don't drink, bro.
So Philip will he will slow down, indicate he's turning. He's going to pull off to the side, find an appropriate place to do it, and he'll turn off the engine, roll down his window.
All right. There's Rail Finn, county sheriff, strolls up to your car, looks at you and says, "Them Georgia plates, boy. You ain't from
yes,
around here, is ya?"
No,
Good
sir.
afternoon, man.
We're journalists. We're heading up on our way to Talladega, and we thought we'd take the scenic route and see what's what up in these areas.
Give me a fast talk roll, because he is reaching in his back pocket and he has flipped out that ticket pad.
I flashed the camera in the back just to give it credence.
All right. So you say you're journalists and y'all going up to Talladega. Boy, you must think I fell out the turnip truck just yesterday. There ain't no race up in Talladega. Ain't no race up there till April.
Well,
Screw
yes,
it.
sir. I know that's true. That's why we're going now. I mean, to be honest, sir, we're from a new small TV station down in Atlanta, and to be honest, if it were race season, they wouldn't allow us there. But since it's the off season, they're allowing us to come, and we're gonna talk to some pit crews, and we're gonna go from some background and just see how NASCAR works.
He hands you a pink piece of paper. There's a $25 speeding ticket on it.
Well,
And as he just kind of curls his lip and sneers at you. And as he's walking back down the car, you hear this thud crunch. And he calls out, doesn't even look back over his shoulder, "I'm going to let you off with a warning for the busted taillight." And he gets in his car, closes the door, does a U-turn, back up the highway. So you now have a ticket for Calhoun County.
Brother, you real good with them, huh?
well, we'll get Ted to pay for this.
I can't afford no car repairs. What the hell did y'all do down there? I didn't send you down there to wreck your damn cars.
Yeah,
You know, we
what
could
happens the
always-
next time they catch us.
We could always do a story on police corruption on the way back.
Hey, that'd
right.
be a side job.
Okay, so eventually you come to some place that you recognize from what Ted had told you and what you'd seen in the newspaper article. you come to a slightly wider place in the road. This is not very far. This is like 7 or 8 miles after that. Although on the way, you do pass by on the right. It is the Open Door Baptist Church. It has a church marquee in front of it. Let me see. What might be appropriate here? How about, let's see, I'm gonna say, and I apologize for asking this. Is it Philip who's driving, or was it Pete who was driving?
Philip was driving.
Philip's driving. Okay, Philip, give me a spot hidden roll, please.
Okay. At least I got some skill in that.
Okay. As you drive past the church, looks fairly normal. There is on the church marquee out front, it reads Open Door Baptist Church, repent while there is still time. And then, like, kind of stuck errantly, like maybe it was on the sign. You think you see a number 3, but you're blasting up the road. So it's repent while there's still time. Maybe another one of the magnetic or, plastic letters falling down in there. And you just, you just continue on rolling. Not much more than about 10 minutes or so later, you find yourself again at a slightly wider spot in town. There is the Hartman Travel Lodge. It is on the right, and it is one of those, it is the classic American motor lodge from like the 1940s up until the late 60s, early 70s. Like 8 rooms in kind of a rough squared off horseshoe shape, an office and a parking lot in the middle. Across the street from that is an older gas station that looks like it's now been converted to be just a general store. And then on the other corner is a feed, kind of a general store, feed and tackle hardware kind of place. And then finally, there's a newer San Ann gas station on one corner. So you're in the middle of a bustling metropolis. So
about what time of day is it? It's night, but like real late, or
no. It's not night. You guys had done a little bit of work in the morning because Ted was up like double fist drinking coffees and on a rant when he called you in. And then you researched at the library for a couple of hours. So call it around noonish. But it is this is February in northeast Alabama. So it is cold and dreary. It is like 50 outside.
Can we see the mountain from here?
It's overcast, so no, you cannot.
More than 25 miles out. All right.
Oh, hey, Tonka Todd. We'll get you back in a Call of Cthulhu game one day, man. You're hilarious. All right, so there you guys are. Are you stopping here? Are you pressing ahead? What are you doing?
look from the back seat, see if we have fuel. Do we have fuel? Do we need to stop?
You're down to like a third of a tank. This thing is a
Yeah,
slug.
let's stop.
Let's stop.
Bathroom break. Snacks, We need it.
Okay.
So who's in the passenger seat? I'm in the back seat.
I'm in the back too.
Yeah, so you and Carrie in the
that was
back.
me.
Pete's up front in the passenger seat.
Okay. I'll elbow. I'll elbow Carrie and pull out my flask and say, I don't know if you partake, but it's awful cold out there. Here I got some Weller Special Reserve, right? It'll help keep you warm. Otherwise, no hard feelings.
I don't even wait for him to finish it. I grab it and I take a sip.
Okay. I was like, hold on, don't drink it all. We need that. We got a while here.
All right.
I'll
Give
say,
it back after a sip.
how about you fellas up front? You partake or no?
I'm driving, so I ought to stick to beer.
Oh, one of culture up there. All right. Well, what about you, Pete? You want some? I'll put it over.
Man, I'll take a swig.
All right. Yeah. He's like, this is the good stuff. I got some backup, but a lot of people don't like the Rebel Yell much. So.
Hey, you get enough of this? We're not gonna mind.
That's kind of the idea.
Okay.
All right.
So you have the San An, you have the general, mom and pop kind of grocery store that's been converted from a gas station, the seed and feed, and then on the other corner, did I say seed and feed? Okay. So what will you guys do?
Well, Philip will go. So sorry. There's the old gas station. Is it still operable as a gas station, or?
No, but there is there's like an awning that sticks out, that you won't have to get wet. You can see like the concrete island where the pumps used to be. The more modern looking San An that is just across the street from it also has an awning, but the San An also looks like it's like 2 garage bays, a glassed in front counter area, and there's a Coke machine with the door. You put your money in and open the door and pull your bottle out in front of it. But
the twist lock type?
I'm sorry?
The twist lock type, where you open the door and you got to put your quarter in and twist the turnstile to get your soda.
No.
Coke
This is
Alabama.
This is the 1970s, so this thing is from the late 1950s, early 1960s. You can open the door and see the bottles, but you got to put your quarter in and then pull the bottle out. There's no twisting or anything. It's just,
okay.
When you put it in, you pull one bottle and then it snaps shut. They're in Alabama, Campaigns and Conquests. 116 folks watching. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. So what is your
Pete? Maybe we should stop over at that old general store place and start there, because those look like more likely old timey people, right? They may have some stories for us, or pointers maybe.
Right on, man. That's what I'm here for.
So
Take a couple notes.
Yeah, Phil, we good to stop there, you think?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's a far
Why
out
not?
idea.
All right.
Alrighty. So you let's see. All right, so you guys where are you parking? Are you pulling up in the awning area? You parking at the gas station, in the slightly more spacious area in front of the feed and seed? What you doing?
I think probably just pull right up in front of that general store.
Okay, that's fine.
Is it raining out or?
It's drizzly.
Oh, then I'll definitely go under the awning.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. When he parks, we'll get out and try to hurry to open the door for the lady on the other side.
Okay.
I thank him. And I'll dash and use a restroom quick.
Where? I mean, there you saw like a on the sides of the Santa Ana across the street, but you don't see anything here.
Wasn't there a gas station right there or something?
Yes, the Santa Ana. That's what I'm talking about, but it's back on the other side of the road.
Okay, I'll dash there just because I gotta do the stop.
Okay, you guys, you three gentlemen going in the store.
Yeah, I see. Phil, we'll see if I can find those people. Feel free, just give me a holler if you need me, and I'm gonna walk inside and see if I can find somebody in there.
Yeah, you go in and the door chimes. Give me, let's see. So let me ask this: what are you doing in the store now that you've gone in?
Well, I'm looking for people. I'm not even looking at their stuff. I mean, I'll kind of get a general idea of what they carry, but I'm looking for a person to speak to.
Okay. A minute or two passes. Old fellow, overalls, flannel shirt underneath, comes out. His hair is kind of unkempt. He's got gray hair. Looks kind of tired and says, What do you want, mister?
I'll take my jacket off and say, sorry, don't mean to come in here all formal and such, but I saw you had a nice quaint store here, and I was looking for some stuff maybe related to that old mountain over there. Maybe you guys have some books on history or stories or something about that over there. Yeah, you've heard of the place, haven't you?
Don't sell no books. Don't know nothing about the mountain. If y'all want something to eat, we got groceries. If you need gas, the gas station across the road. No stories.
You okay? Can I help you somehow?
No, we're fine. We're fine.
You just seem a little distraught there. I guess that's fine. I'm not in your business. Sure. I see over there you got some goods. I'll grab a couple bag of chips, and I don't know what these are, and pick up 2 items that are really close nearby.
Okay. All right. Then give me we're gonna go with spot hidden on this. Give me a spot hidden.
Okay. 78. Yeah, my dice are awesome today.
Yeah. Other than this kind of twitchy guy, he so you just kind of grab stuff at random, just like a bag of chips and
Twinkies or whatever's near those, right? I don't care what it is. As long as it isn't like expensive, right?
The classic orange and white Doritos bag with a Hispanic writing.
Nice.
No circus peanuts though. If I get circus peanuts, I'm throwing them on the floor because those are disgusting. Not having those. Boiled peanuts good. Circus peanuts gross.
you got a tube of beef jerky,
There we
and
go.
a bag of chips.
Okay,
and
yeah, I'll pick them up and I'll put them on the
80
counter. If there's a counter, I assume there's.
Yeah, there's a counter.
Yeah.
It's 85 cents.
All right, so I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out my change, and I'm gonna spend extra time counting it while saying, "What's been happening around these parts here? I don't think I've been here in quite a while."
Ain't nothing been happening here. Nothing been happening here.
Oh,
Ain't
really?
nothing been happening here.
Wow. Yeah, I could see how you just hang out in the back. I'll put the 85 cents on the counter, and
All right.
you got a nice place here. Glad I stopped by. You guys, friendly people.
Thank you.
I'm going to see
the
myself out.
The register's broke. I'll write you out a receipt.
Oh, no, you don't need to do that. I trust you. You people are down to earth, and
no, sir. It's for taxes. I got to write you out a receipt.
Oh, you got to pay those too. Yeah, I guess that's true.
He picks up a notepad and scratches out and folds it and hands it to you, and then y'all have a nice day and a drive back wherever you came from.
I'm going to take a look at it. Did he write anything weird on there?
Bag of chips spelled CHEP. Oddly enough, beef jerky is spelled correctly.
Yeah,
and this is one of those you can push down hard enough to get multiple copies, so it's not just like a scrap of paper. It's an actual handwritten receipt thing.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him. I said, you don't happen to have a pencil or something I can buy from you as well? Or I just want to do the mileage,
He hands you the Bic pen that he was using.
Oh, damn. I was hoping for something I could erase. I'll take a look around it and see if I see a pencil in the place.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Of course. There's 2 pencils in the horse store, right? Okay. Yeah, great. Thanks, Dice. Appreciate it. Well, sir, that's okay. I'll document it at the next stop. You have a great day here.
Okay. While he's gone in there, and not what do you guys do after this? But Carrie, you're taking care of business. It's clean. A woman probably hasn't used this in a month. But it is perfectly clean.
Yay, me.
So what is what are Phil and Pete doing while all this is going on?
Well, Pete's just keeping notes, in his usual shorthand or whatever. This seems like a good opportunity to get some inspiration for a book. As a matter of fact, paying a careful attention to what everybody does at any particular time, so that I can embellish it as it suits me.
I'll call it deliverance. All right. And what about Philip Barker? What is he doing?
I think he's going to walk on over to the Travel Lodge to inquire about the price of rooms.
Well, I mean, it's not a travel lodge. It's a
apartment travel lodge. No, did I write that wrong?
Yes. I'm sorry. It is not like the chain Travel Lodge.
Oh, gotcha. Not the good one.
Not the good one. But right there on the little marquee out in front, it says, "Race fans welcome, clean rooms." But yeah, there's a fellow sitting inside the front. There are no other cars, except for presumably his, which is parked right next to the main office. So you're going over there and doing that, and I'll get back to you. Let me see. Since Will is closest, also give me a listen roll for Will, please.
Okay. A little lag on the die roller today.
Yeah, it's been kind of funky.
Oh God, yeah, I hate you so much.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to come back to you. You did actually hear something. That's
Okay.
nice. That's nice. You hear something quite nice. Okay. So Pete, you're making notes. You've gone full Pat Conroy on the scene. Carrie,
Absolutely.
you're finishing up your business, and Philip, you're walking up. There's a fellow. He's sitting there. There's a little. It always strikes you as unusual when you see televisions anywhere except in a cabinet in someone's living room or like on a desk at the actual TV station. But there's like a 9-inch black and white TV station, and it is just static. And the fellow is he's staring straight at it. There's a bell on the desk. He apparently did not hear the door when you opened.
Good afternoon there, sir.
He takes his glasses off, reaches over and turns the TV off. Good afternoon. What can I do for you, friend?
Well, I was wondering how much a room would be for the evening. We'd be needing 2.
Oh, so it's not just you?
No. My coworkers are here. We're just passing through and we're getting mighty tired, so thought we might take a little rest for the evening.
Where y'all bound to?
Oh, well, we're heading up to Talladega, actually.
Mighty fine town up in Talladega, but I'm glad you're going to be staying here. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
glad you're going to
thank you.
be staying here.
Oh, I bet you get a lot of people passing through to Talladega.
Sometimes we get folks here. Sometimes folks going up to the army base at Anniston.
What what is there to do around here?
Oh, our big thing is going to church. You a church going man?
As a matter of fact, I am. I saw a church on the way in, and I hate to pass judgment, but it kind of seems as though it's seen better days.
Well, which way'd you come from, friend?
Oh, we was coming up from the past with Highway 9 past Hollis Crossroads. Out that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with that church up there. They's what they call them apostates up there.
Oh no.
No, if you want to, now I know it's Monday, but if you stay here till Wednesday, why, you should come to one of our church services right here in town.
What? Well, if you don't, I don't mean to be rude, but what denomination church is that?
Well, it says on the church that we are a Primitive Baptist Church, the Mount Shiloh Primitive Baptist Church, but we're experiencing a renaissance of belief, if you will. Say,
does that mean you've seen them modern songs?
Oh, we sing, and we have us a fine old sermon, but we worship the old way. We worship the old way. Why don't you sign the book, and I'll give you and your friends rooms 1 and 2. And they're the standard diamond-shaped red plastic hotel room tags with a big brass key.
And about how much a night are these going to cost?
Well, since it's the off season, I can offer you a special rate. It's just $10 a night per room, if that's not too much.
Well, we are on a little bit of a budget.
Oh, is that right? Well, how about this? $10 for the both rooms for a night.
Oh, that sounds mighty fine. And we pay on checkout?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll walk the rooms down and make sure y'all didn't have too much fun in there. But you seem like a nice and trustworthy fella, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem.
Well,
No, this here is I think it's gonna be real nice having folks in town. Uh-huh.
well, thank you. It's mighty kind of you. Should I? Well, you know what? Let me sign my name, and I'm gonna go talk to my coworkers, and then we'll be back and check on in.
Oh, of course. You just go right over to the rooms. Y'all don't need any help with any bags or anything, do y'all?
Oh no. Like I said, we was planning on passing through, so we're traveling light.
Of course, I understand. Oh, don't forget to put your names now.
All right. So he will write Ted Turner in the book.
Okay. All right. If he notices, he doesn't even say anything. All right. So you are turning and heading back out. At exactly the same time, Will, you come out. You're standing under the awning there, taking a step towards the car, and behind you, you're not sure exactly where it's from. You hear this muffled boom.
Well, take a quick look over my shoulder.
The building's still there. It didn't disappear with a pop or anything like that.
So does it sound maybe like somebody fell? It came from the building's direction.
Yeah, it sounded like it was somewhere behind you. It didn't sound like someone fell. Give me an idea roll, please.
Okay. I'll switch the dice around this time. 58. Which is under my idea.
Which is 75. Under your idea. Yeah, it was much sharper, like a soft explosion. You're familiar enough with the sound that you're pretty sure you know what that was or suspect what that was.
I didn't hear anything whiz by my head or glass breaking.
No, nothing whizzed by your head. It was in fact, well, I mean, we already did the listen roll, so
okay. I'm gonna run up to the passenger side door and ask Pete. I said, "Did you hear that?"
The car was closed. You didn't.
Okay. I was like, somebody shooting in there.
I mean, Pete, you did not hear anything. He says, "Did you hear that?" So, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, somebody.
Yeah, nah, man, I didn't hear nothing. What's going on? Shooting?
Yeah, some kind of shooting noise back there, and that guy was awful strange. Not all friendly at all.
What guy? The guy in the place?
Yeah, the old man.
You see, you've come out of the Santa Ana gas station. You give the key on the wooden, the wooden tag back to the fellow in the gas station. Give me a spot hidden roll for Carrie, please, if you would.
Okay. And I got a 60 on my thing. My skill.
You got your spot hidden is a 60.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that guy like watches you. Like he's a younger fellow, maybe 20, and yeah, he's giving you like creeper vibes. Like watching
Okay, I'm
you.
gonna quickly walk to the car and say, dude,
Right.
there's some weird guy looking at me here.
There's weird guys all around this place.
No, I mean he's looking at me.
Oh,
All right.
can we see him?
That's
from the
what
car?
they all think.
Yeah, the front of the front of the Santa Ana is like completely glassed on like one side and the front, like floor to
Okay.
ceiling, right? I mean, picture late
like a car
1960s,
showroom.
early 1970s gas station design. Yeah, it's like a car showroom, except it's just big enough for a counter, a rack that sells maps, and oil and windshield wipers. So you hear this. What are you doing, Will? Now that you told Pete, Pete, what are you and Will doing?
I'll ask.
I'm looking at him.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, where'd Philip go? He didn't go in the building behind me, did he? I didn't see it.
I don't know. I was just
No,
paying attention, you know.
You saw him clearly. He went across the street to the travel lodge.
Okay, and that sound didn't come from that way. I'm like, that
No.
man might be in trouble. I don't know what's gone in there. Maybe we should go take a look. I don't know
I'm all about that.
I don't know what kind of trouble this place has. These are some very strange people.
I just want to know why we still here.
Yeah, you got a good point there. Maybe it's
All right.
time to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, man.
So is the guy in the gas station? He's not leaving or walking towards us or anything. He's just hanging out, staring.
He's you look over there and he's not doing anything. He's I mean, he's standing behind the counter. He's looking down. You see him do this occasionally, like and you can see pages turn, like he's looking at a magazine.
Yeah, maybe we should just gather Philip up and get the hell out of here. I'll hand the receipt to Pete and I'll say, hey, you got a pencil, don't you?
Give me a spot hidden roll for Pete, please.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's not going to make it, I don't believe. No.
Okay. Oh, hey, Wheeling Dragon, welcome back. All right, so right about then, Philip, you come out. You know, you're swinging the key rings on your finger, happy as can be. Doing whatever it is you're doing.
How far off is he? Can I talk to him in a regular voice, or would I have
No,
to
he is across a 2-lane road.
Okay.
In a parking lot. Like you can see him, but you would have to like yell at the top of your lungs.
I'm not going to do that. I'll try to wave him towards the car. Wave him to come to the car.
Right. Let me see. Give me a spot hidden check for, not to see if he's waving, but just give me a spot hidden check, Yang.
All right.
Some idiot's waving.
Yeah. There's just hand floating there, but you don't know who it's attached to. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. It's not like a friendly wave. He's like waving you over.
All right, he'll speed it up.
Okay.
I'm going to hand that receipt to Pete, and I'll say, hey, Pete, if you got a pencil, can you rub that, see what the guy wrote before us? There's some weird stuff going on in this place.
Yeah,
And maybe
man,
that'll
good
give us a
idea.
clue.
I'll try that.
Okay.
Right on.
All right. Well, I tell you what. So you're gonna grab a pencil and do a rubbing with that. Pete. What would we do with that? All right. So you're kind of trying to do a rubbing there. Give me a what could we put this under? I tell you what, give me a history roll.
All righty.
Because you do get the rubbing.
Oh, come on. You want me to re-roll
171.
that?
Yes, please. Yeah. 171, you're not going to make it.
Nice.
15.
Okay. So you lightly rub the pencil back and forth over it, and you're able to make out what looks like a at first you think it's a circle, but when you get the whole thing colored in, there is it's like shoulders and a neck and a head, but there's 3 eyes drawn on it.
Well, Bill, man, maybe you want to have a look at this.
I'll look and see if I recognize any of it. Right? I don't know if that's an anthropology thing. It's 3 eyes. It's probably not a cult. I'm not sure.
Let me see. Give me an anthropology roll first.
Okay. $32, which is
Okay.
That's under my number.
Yes, you know that there are many cultures that draw third eye to represent wisdom, seeing into the spiritual, being able to experience a different level of connection with the universe at large.
And anything I know about maybe the Choctaw in this?
It's not unusual, but generally speaking, it didn't show up. They tend to be lean a little bit more into nature oriented things. My apologies if anyone is Choctaw. I didn't do my homework on that.
It's not reality anyway. It's a game. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And give me an occult roll just for good measure.
Okay. I'm going to flip the dice because I had better luck last time. 17. Still too high, I think. It's
fine. You're like, maybe is there something? No, it's just, third eye, spiritual eye, gazes inward at the soul, something like that. But yeah, it looks like it was pressed in to the pad when he was writing the receipt.
I'm gonna watch for Pete or Phil to come to the car.
Okay, well, you're all back at the car now.
Okay, I'll hand it off to Phil, and I say, Pete and I think I could probably speak for Carrie as well, think this place is a creepy place, and we need to move on. This isn't the place for us.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. I sort of booked us rooms at the hotel. Not that I paid in advance or anything.
You've got the keys. You signed the ledger.
Well, here's the odd thing. If you take my minute, I go in there and this guy is watching TV. Nothing but static. It's not like I see him banging on it or adjusting the rabbit ears or nothing. He's just watching it like that. And he mentioned that one dilapidated church. He said we shouldn't go there. But he has some other church that he wants us to go to. Today's Monday, but he said if we're still here on Wednesday, then we should go on over.
What
I
kind
got-
of church is this?
He said it was a primeval Baptist church, but they worship in the old ways.
He said
The hell
primitive
is that
Baptist
voice?
church.
Oh, primitive
Listen
Baptist
to
church.
what you just said. Listen to just what you said. Does that seem a good thing or a bad thing, bud?
Well,
know.
it certainly
Now-
seems like a bad thing, although I did negotiate 2 rooms for $10.
Yeah, remember, guys, this is, as far as you know, this is just some weird town in rural Alabama. Don't get caught up in the, oh, well, we know that.
This is the weird town in Alabama.
No, I don't think it's the weird town.
I can say that. I lived there. My parents were from there. Anyway, but please continue.
Okay. So
Well, look, all I'm saying is, if for some godforsaken reason we need to stay here, I've got the keys, and
Okay.
he'll put the keys in the glove compartment, and then he'll say, "Well, here's the thing: we're down to about a third of a tank. I think we best ought to fill up, and then we could make our way to the mountain, or perhaps we could go on over to near the military base. There's got to be some hotels and whatnot out by that way."
So there's a little bit of information you haven't heard or seen. Just to let you know that that man that's manning that gas station seems to carry quite a bit in a very creepy and unfriendly way.
Well, but so do you.
No, I'm much more friendly than that. I mean, at least I offer the lady a swig, right? But the other thing that's kind of strange is when I went to visit the old man in this store here, not only was he not friendly, which maybe that's the status quo here, as I was leaving, I had a gunshot or something very, very similar to a gunshot.
Wait, I'm sorry. He shot at you?
I didn't see anything or hear anything whiz by my head, but I heard a gunshot. Pretty sure that's what it was. And I was thinking, I was talking to Pete here, and I said, "Hey, maybe we should go check it out." And he says, "We got to get out of town." Given our experience with the police before, I think he's right on that.
All right. Well, so what would the fuel efficiency be on a late 1960s station wagon? Like, how far will a third of a tank get us?
It gets about 11 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. We need to get gas. We just need to get the hell out.
13, like a 13 gallon tank. So 4 gallons, you've got about
50 miles.
about 50 miles.
All right. Tell you what.
You're
Gary?
not going to make it back to Atlanta. You probably
Would we-
won't make it to Talladega, and you're definitely not going to make it to Anniston.
All right, Carrie, you can just sort of slouch down in that seat there. Pete, I'm going to fill up. We're going to pull over there. I'm going to fill up. Pete, you go on inside and you pay the man so we can get out there right quick.
Groovy, man. I gotta hang on a second. Let me finish this little passage. All right.
I'm gonna ask Philip, what do you think about that picture there on the back of that receipt?
Well, I think it was a good attempt, but maybe you need a little more practice, Will.
That was a rubbing from the man's pad, right? It's not my drawing.
Oh,
I
well,
mean that isn't art, or at least not from us anyway.
I mean, well, look, here's the thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but what is there to do around here? I mean, I'm sure that guy's mind just wanders or want something to do.
It might crawl around a little bit. He's a bit slow. Assuming he's still okay, I'm not sure he's even with us anymore.
Okay.
Well, nonetheless, if you don't think there's anything of it, I'll pass it off to Carrie and say, take a look at this.
Well, I'm not saying there ain't nothing to it. I'm just saying we can't go jumping at every little thing just because people here in this holler are a bit weird.
Oh, but that doesn't mean we have to hang out either, does it?
No, let's get going. And
Okay.
he'll drive across the street to get gas.
I'll tell Carrie, hey, make sure you latch the door there, lass.
Yep, I push the lock down.
I got.
All right.
I'm gonna take the shotgun out and put the shells in there, and I'm gonna set it on the floorboards in front of me just in case.
Okay. All right. You guys pull up around over in front of the San Ann. You run over the hose. Ding ding. The fellow, he jumps right up and comes out. He adjusts. He's got the little, the little pointy paper hat on his head, and he says, "Well, howdy, y'all. It's good to see y'all ain't just using the bathroom. Let me get this for you." And he goes over and he opens up he pops it open and says, "How much? Should I just fill her up?"
Well, if you could, please. And I hate to say it, but with the cheap stuff, our boss, he just doesn't like to refund. So.
Oh, sure enough. Now I'll have to put some lead in it. You got to flat tap it, Cam.
All right.
Or no, he doesn't say lead. I'll have to put, he says, I have to put some zinc in it. Y'all got to flat tap it, Cam. Ever since the rules came out, you know how it is.
I know.
Right.
I know.
So, I seen you coming out the hotel. Y'all staying tonight?
Well, we are thinking about that. We're I think we are gonna make ourselves a night stay. We thought we might drive around a little bit, and supposedly there's some park up this way.
Well, yeah, there's a state park. There's the Talladega National Park. There's the Cheehaw Mountain State Park.
Well, tell me a little bit about that Cheehaw Mountain State Park.
Of course. Well, it's real pretty on a clear day. You can see all the way down into Talladega. You can see halfway to Anniston. At night when it's clear, you can see the lights of Gadsden from up there.
Really?
It's real pretty.
Oh.
Not as pretty as some things, of course.
Yeah, I can imagine. Have you been up there yourself?
Oh, yeah. I've been up there a lot. I mean, what kind of person would I be if I didn't go up to the mountain?
Is that a popular spot around here? People to go hiking and whatnot?
Yes, sir. It is. When it gets warmer, of course. But I mean, you're welcome to go up there. There's just the one ranger from the state park up there. His name's Dennis. He's a right nice fella. I think he's getting a little tired though. I think I'm a little worried about Dennis. He finishes pumping the gas and
you wouldn't happen to have any maps of the park, would you?
Now, I got road maps, but I don't have any maps now to the park. Now, if you go back over to the hotel over there and talk to Lawson, he works at the front counter. He's there most days, and I think he's over there right now. Lawson has maps up to the park.
Oh, all right. Well, might have to make a stop before we head there. And I hate to trouble you, but I am down a half a pack. Can I get another pack of marbles?
Oh no, sir. I'm afraid we don't sell no cigarettes here at the gas station. You gotta go back over there to the store. He said, right. He actually says you got to go back over to the supermarket over yonder where you always parked and to get your cigarettes now.
All right. And, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name's Cletus. I know it's funny. You can laugh at it. I sound like somebody from a hick TV show, but that's what my mama named me.
Oh, there ain't no shame in that.
All right.
I mean, my name's
So,
Ted.
oh, well, nice to meet you, Ted. Nice to meet you all, ma'am. Let me go get that zinc additive. He goes back in, fishes around, comes back out. He's got just a bottle with an STP label on it. Says zinc additive.
All right. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'll add that on in later.
The zinc additive is 75 cents.
Oh,
So-
all right. Pete, if you could please pay the man.
Yeah, so it's like $5 total.
I don't know. It's coming along for pain. That's all right, though. Howdy, partner. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, sir. All right. Do you give him like a 5, a 10, what?
Yeah, a 5.
All right. He goes back inside, makes your change, brings it out, counts it out to you. And like I said, you can get your cigarettes over at the supermarket over yonder.
All right. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess we get back in the car.
All right. As he's walking back, he goes, "Oh, y'all know y'all got a busted tail light?"
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, are
y'all
those-
want
those
y'all want
real
me to
common out
fix
here?
that? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Is a taillight kind of a common occurrence coming in town here?
The roads get a little rough. You can kick up gravel. Sometimes you pop a headlight or tail light.
Yeah, we had some pop in the road just up the to the south of here.
Oh,
Or north
must
of
have been
here.
a big rock just busted out the whole housing like that.
Yeah, I think it was a big piece of wood, but
Well, if y'all are going to be here a couple of days, I could send away to Anniston or Gadsden and get you a new taillight cover and fix it for you. Charge you $7 for everything.
You got some tape?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Put tape
What's
on
that,
that.
ma'am?
You got some
Oh.
tape? We can put some tape on there.
No, ma'am. Yeah, there's no pieces left of it, ma'am, and tape would cover it up anyway. You'd get in a heap of trouble with the police either way.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
well, go ahead.
I gotta ask Cletus something real quick.
Yes, sir.
Nothing, like in private, Cletus, you know.
All right, sir. If you want to step over here to the cash register.
You know, my friends could just be getting out too for a sec.
That's fine.
I look at them and trying to.
I'll get out of the car.
All right.
Oh, well, I think Philip was out of the car.
Right, exactly.
All right.
That was my hope. Is that I could just talk to the guy. I thought everybody was out of the car. Apologies.
Okay.
So
All
you
right,
seem
he
like a
sits-
reasonable man.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, just running a little shop here, huh?
Well, I work for the Santa Ana Company, sir. They built this.
Yeah.
This place is practically brand new. They built it in 1959. I was still just a schoolboy back then.
Yeah, well, it's a nice place you got here, if you know what I mean.
Well, thank you very
Not
much,
bad
sir.
at all.
We quite like it. We quite like it.
Yeah, you like it around here?
It's
Seems like
It's a quiet town, sir, but we do like to see fresh faces every now and again. And despite the the stereotype, you see, we do like strangers from out of town to come in.
Ah, do you? Yeah, well, that's mighty nice of you. You know, I gotta admit a little bit, I've traveled around a lot. So I kind of shift in and out of what I feel is appropriate. But I'm a
Yes, sir.
southerner at heart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we all really are. Deep down inside, we're all home folks.
Yeah, those of us who came from here.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything special going on around here anytime?
Let's see. So, are you
I'm
trying?
writing a little bit of a book.
Okay, so are you trying to pump him from information?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to flatter him a bit.
All right. All right. Give me a fast talk roll.
49.
49, and your fast talk is 75.
75.
So he smiles and nods and says, "A book. That's very interesting. You yeah, you have a college education then, sir, I'm guessing."
I do got me a college education, you know. Now, what I find most interesting about my travels is meeting noble people just like you know. I've seen other people in this town, not many of them, I'll be honest. But you're just the type of individual that I really like to zero in on. And you never know. Maybe one day I'm famous, maybe one day you are.
Well, what's to be the nature of your book, sir?
It's just talking about Americana. Just getting out there and doing things, seeing the open road, seeing how people are. You know,
Well, you
being
can't
cooped
cut. You
up in the
can't
city
get.
don't do no good.
Well, sir, big cities, small towns. I tend to think people are nice wherever you go, as long as you're nice. Now, you take a little place here like Delta. We got us we got us a wonderful church here, and of course, the mountain's beautiful when it's clear, of course. But there's a beauty to be found in even in inclement weather like this.
Yeah,
But
there is. Being out in the country, there ain't nothing like it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, well, why don't y'all stay for a day or two? Really get a feel for the place. I think you could find yourselves quite taken with Delta. And that
Yeah, let
book
me
you're
ask you a
writing, or
question.
that he thumbs over his shoulder at the camera in the back, or that film you're shooting. I think you couldn't get any more authentic than our little town right here.
That's what I like, you know. It's the authenticity that makes it special. Now, my buddy Will over there, he's a little bit skittish. He likes to jump around a little bit and stuff like this, but he's a professor, you must understand. Did you hear a noise out there? I didn't. I was working on my stuff.
A noise. When, sir? Just now when I was pumping your gas?
Yeah, just a little bit ago. Any weird noises around here, Owen?
No, sir. It's mostly quiet. I mean, logging truck rolled by, or carload of people going to or from somewhere that think they can, use the old I-9 as a shortcut.
All right. Well, you think it's a nice and fine dandy place to stay, do you?
I do, sir. I do.
And,
I'll approach the two of them talking, and I'll say, just to ask. I didn't get his name when I was in the grocery over there. Who's the guy that runs that place? Do you know? I assume you know.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's old Steve runs the grocery over there. He's took ill lately.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was doing too well.
Oh,
And
well.
when I was leaving the store, I heard a pretty loud, I don't know what you'd call it, just a noise, some kind of report. He doesn't happen to have like a shooting range behind his place or something like that, does he?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, maybe
Wait.
he dropped something from a shelf. I'm not sure what happened back there.
Oh, that's possible, sir. I appreciate your concern. I'll go look in on him when I have the time. Of course, I can't leave here. The company, the company says that the station must always be manned. I mean, if I was to just wander off and do what I wanted to, I wouldn't have met you nice folks.
Oh no hard feelings there. We get it. We're on business as well, so that's just how it is sometimes.
Let me ask you a little something now. How would they know if you was to wander off?
Oh, well, the phone could ring in the district office down in Atala. They could call, or I could have a logging truck pull in with a flat tire, or somebody come in needing their radiator flushed. You never know.
Yeah, well, man, just keep that stuff in mind. You ain't a slave to the corporation. Anyways, yeah.
Well, thank you, sir, and well, I appreciate the talk. Like I said, be wonderful if everyone, if you and your friends could spend a day or two here, really getting to know us. Yes, indeed.
Sounds like we should stay, guys. We'll just stay down here in the town, and we'll visit that here church. What do you think?
That can't hurt. Never had harm from a church.
You say that you got them room keys, Philip?
Of course, I got them.
All right, all right.
Maybe we ought to take a little drive and then
Yeah,
come
just
back
get a
in the
lay of the
evening.
land, right? Just see where we're at, what's around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Cletus. We appreciate your help and refilling and your stories.
Sure thing. And as the poet warrior once said, "Y'all come back now, you hear?" He turns and walks back in.
Man, let me tell you, that Cletus guy is most uncool.
I think this town might be named uncool.
Man, this is not groovy at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to write my book, trying to do something, and you brought me into this?
No, Ted ordered you here, but
Yeah, well, we don't care about Ted. That's just the man.
You have no
To
idea
be
how
honest,
right
Ted
you are.
doesn't care what we bring him. It just has to be something that's going to sell.
I got 5 stories for him already.
By the way, I've been telling people my name is Ted, so call me Ted when we're in public. I think it's better these people don't know our real names.
It's probably not a bad thing.
So
You must understand, I'm putting your real name in my book, right?
Well, the book can be published later, but right now, it's best if they
Later.
don't know.
you're definitely
All
not
right.
publishing your book in this town. I can tell you that.
Nah, I'm getting way the hell out of here before I mess with anything.
So should we drive by the church and see what's going on?
They didn't point it out. Is it obvious? The building obvious from where we're at?
No, they did say. Let me actually look at the map. Let me give you guys. And of
I
course,
was
now
kind
as
of
well.
afraid to ask. The more I know, the less I'm going to want to go.
Yeah, basically, you guys. So Delta is it is Highway 9, and where Delta is located crosses Lee's Bridge Road, and the church is basically go east on Lee's Bridge Road. Highway 9 runs essentially north south, and Lee's Bridge Road runs southwest to northeast, at least where you guys are at.
You know, he had mentioned, Philip had mentioned worship in the old ways. Is that something that I might have some idea about from an anthropological stance?
Give me an anthropology roll.
All right. $17.
17. He mentioned that the church was a primitive Baptist church. He said he said, worship in the old ways. So you take it to mean, in all likelihood, that what he was referring to was probably it could be well, let's see. You know what? I think this deserves because a 17 on your anthropology roll. Let's see. So it is a conservative kind of Baptist worship with a touch of Calvinism. It's used, the word primitive is used in the same sense as original, like original Baptist, like we're
Untransformed.
thank you, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him what I thought about what he said, but I'm like that. I don't know if there's more to it than that, but kind of like an Orthodox version of a non-Catholic church, if you get my meaning. So
Now, when I was in a motel there, it seemed to mention two churches. So that was the church that he was at, but he seemed like he didn't like the one that we passed by none. I'm not quite sure where his church is.
well, I'm gonna assume that's the one that's down the road. You're saying not the one we passed with the quite friendly message of damnation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the other one, which I mean, that seems like this you're saying maybe this Cletus has got yet another different church.
Well, it
Or
seemed to me that there were two. I didn't quite get the address for where this one is, although it seems like over at the motel they're quite interested in having us go. But maybe we should check out this dilapidated one first.
the one that we passed on the way in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, can't hurt. I again never found harm in the church.
Or we could go up to the mountain right now and do a little reconnoiter.
Yeah, if we're gonna do that, we should do that soon. It's gonna get cold.
And dark.
We should get out there if we're gonna do that. What do you guys think, Pete?
I'm all game for
Gary?
anything you want.
What would you prefer? I mean, we could probably go to that church any day of the week, right?
Yeah, we go up the mountain and it'll be a little wet, and then then it gets a lot wet, and we might not make it back out. But it's all about my book, boys. Barker,
Whatever's gonna get us a story.
you
I
ever
think
smell
we get a
that
story
stuff you're
if we-
shoveling in that paper, anyways?
Hey, we
Ah.
all
So you
heard
ever
the same
smell
thing Todd
what you
said.
shoveling in that paper, anyways?
What paper's that?
Yeah, whichever paper you work for, my man.
I work for the TV station. I do TV news. Don't you see the camera?
Yeah, man. I
Been working
lots
there
of
for that long.
cameras.
You ain't seen my face on TV?
I can't say I have.
None of
What?
you guys have been on TV.
That's a good thing.
Like I said, I haven't.
Well, yeah. I mean, we should get moving on one way or the other. I still have this real. It's just this bell in the back of my head saying something's going on in that store. But I really, again, maybe the police should deal with that. Maybe our friend Cletus will go over there after work and check him out. I really just have this concern that maybe they're going to associate us with whatever happened. And I don't want to be here when that happens.
You're a pretty freaky dude, and I like it. Man, I thought I seen you on this dude's Kool-Aid bus or whatever some time ago, but guess not.
No. Well, we got our gas. We got a direction, I guess. Which let's just get moving. Let's get moving, and the further away from this place we get, the more comfortable we're going to be, at least for now.
My man.
So you want to skip the church then? Just go on straight to the mountain.
I did see something weird, right? That the sign was a little strange. But I don't know. This place looks like, again, it's a little old-timey. Maybe that's just the way things are out here.
Well, Barker's part of a TV crew, a bona fide TV crew. How about we just send him
And
to
so
break
are you.
into the place? I just write books. So you go break into the place, and I'll write the book about it.
Oh.
All right. Well, then why don't we hit up the church real quick, and then we can be off to the mountain.
Okay. I'll load up my shotgun and remove the shells. At
Okay.
least for now. I don't want that stuff sitting on the floorboard, somebody kicking it. So,
All right. So you guys are going back to the Open Door Baptist Church.
Right.
yes.
Okay. That is not a far drive at all. Who's driving, please?
Philip.
Philip. Give me a driving roll for Philip, please.
Oh,
You
God.
got it.
Maybe you get a
Ooh,
headlight
thanks.
busted out this time.
Yeah. So you drive back that way. It is like 2 miles. It's, a 4-minute drive. And there it is, the Open Door Baptist Church. Pulling up into the gravel lot that surrounds it, you can see it is a traditional looking, if small, Southern Baptist church, colonnaded front porch, for lack of a better term, double doors leading into either a vestibule or possibly even into the fellowship hall itself. It's kind of that inverted T shape where you think probably there may be Sunday school or offices or what have you in the back, and the sanctuary in the front. You can see now that you've pulled up, there are shutters. The two large windows to either side of the door are closed, and the shutters are closed. The plate glass that covers the marquee, you can now see, has been smashed out.
Oh,
And that is what you see when you pull up into the parking lot of the place. There are no cars here.
So what exactly? I'm going to look on both sides of that marquee. And what exactly does this say?
It says there's still time to be saved. It's just one side of the marquee that you see when you're coming down I-9 in the south, and there is a loose letter. You know, they're all white on a black background.
Yep.
Slightly reflective plastic, and one of them has fallen down and is lying in the in what's left of the glass, and it's a number 3.
No damage to the building or anything like that?
Nothing you can see from sitting in the car in the parking lot. Yeah.
Why don't we head on in real quick, see if anybody's home?
So the doors, it's the open door Baptist church, but are the doors open? Or
The doors are closed. You can see that from the parking lot. The doors are closed.
And that was a remarkably intelligent observation for a professor, I must say.
Hey, got to have some of that intrigue in your story, right? This is that.
Yeah, man, you guys is real chill. I really like it.
Oh, we'll walk up and knock on the door.
knocking?
I'll knock on the door. Oh.
There is no answer. Is it just you going, or is everybody getting out and going up?
I was going with him, or
Okay.
that were my intent.
All right. How about Carrie?
Yeah.
Is she going? All right.
Yeah, she's gonna go. She's got the camera out. She's
All right.
she's ready to take pictures. Start the story.
All right.
Philip will go.
All right. So you
Lock the
all
doors.
walk up there, and we'll start off then at the top. Give me a spot hidden roll, please, for Pete. Okay. Yeah, it's just a worn set of double doors. For Will McFarland, please.
47.
Does that make your spot hidden?
Let me look. It is 25.
Okay. How about for Philip Barker, please? A spot hidden roll for Philip.
Oh, that makes it.
Ooh.
Okay. And spot hidden for Carrie, please.
Nice.
21.
And
Okay,
her is 60.
so Carrie, you and Philip notice there are round indentations, some of them as small as a quarter, some of them as big as a silver dollar in various places, particularly around the brass pull handles on the doors. There are down the wooden rather down the seam where the two doors meet, there are chunks of wood that are missing out. They're about 1 to 2 inches long each. Near the ground, there's a rather prominent splinter that looks like it's been popped out. The wood underneath is not weathered at all. It is not weathered nor painted nor stained.
Would Philip be able to identify what caliber of weapon may have made those holes?
Are they holes or dents?
Or
They're
dents?
dents. They're not holes.
Okay.
They're not.
All right.
They're not holes all the way through. They are just dents. No. It just looks like someone has beaten on this door with something.
So I look on the door, the jamb of the door. Are the hinges on the outside or the inside?
It's clear the hinges are on the inside.
So it opens in.
Okay. Well, you're not sure.
All right.
Philip will try to open the doors.
I hope by not playing D&D that we could escape that which side of the door the hinges are on nonsense. But here we are.
You gotta ask.
All right. So yeah, you grasp the handles, and they've got the standard the push down releases. It doesn't budge. You give it a tug, and it seems somehow it might be it might be secured.
Can we
Any
look through the crack in the center of the is it so does it have is there a pillar in the center where the two doors attach, or are they attached to each other? They latch together, or is there
you don't know. I mean, there's not, like, visibly you don't see a pillar.
Okay.
The door
all right.
the doors are
That's
touching.
what I
If
mean.
there's one on the other side, you're not
Yeah. All right.
And you were about to say, Yang, I'm sorry.
are there any windows that we could take a look in?
There are two shuttered windows on either side of the colonnaded porch. Everybody give me a spot hidden again, please. We'll start again with Dooms. Right, my whole Call of Cthulhu game is going to get scuppered. Yeah, it just looks like a worn, slightly worn down building. One for Will McFarlane. My entire Call of Cthulhu game is going to get scuppered by the doors. Will, you don't notice. Phil?
Doesn't make it.
And Kanek for Carrie, spot hidden.
Come on.
Nice.
Okay, you do note
29.
that there are recent looking scuff marks on the wooden porch of the church. It looks like maybe there were chairs or furniture out here that has recently been moved out of the way.
I'm going to point it out to the rest of the people.
Been dragged away. Basically, it's deep scuffs that makes it look like furniture was dragged off the porch. Anyway, to get back to the windows, there are windows on either side, but they are closed and they are shuttered.
I'm
the shutters
pointing
are
all of
closed.
this out because I'm like, this is not normal.
And Yang, looking at the windows, you can clearly see it looks like screws have been driven in place to hold those shutters closed.
From the outside.
From the outside, yeah. Although you do note that some of them, like the doors, show tool marks on them. And signs of prying.
All right, boys. I mean, and girl, there ain't nobody around. I mean, I'm writing a book, so it ain't really have that much to do with me.
Well,
Why don't we just open it up? I mean, what's gonna happen?
Well, maybe we'll look around the outside of the building. Maybe there's a better way. This looks like somebody kicked in pretty hard and it didn't open.
Oh, being that you're an anthropologist, you might think that it's booby trapped or something like that. You know.
Oh,
I
I'm
read
not
the
saying
books,
booby
too.
trapped. I'm just saying maybe it's easier, right? Maybe there's a
Yeah.
back door that isn't barred like this one, or closed however this is closed.
Well, they probably closed everything, my man.
You-
I'll try it all though.
Okay.
Will start wandering around the left side of the building to look, see if he can see any openings, anything he could see in, or additional doorways.
There are presumably windows that stained glass windows or just some kind of windows for the sanctuary. They are shuttered the same as the ones around front. You're not sure what condition they're in, but painted over at ground level, presumably maybe basement windows. And all the way on the back spur, if you will, at the end of the church, there is a single door.
Does it? I looked and see if I see dents on it like the other one was.
You are looking for them, and
Yes.
yes, there are dents. The knob seems fairly loose. Give me a spot hidden. It is by the way, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Okay.
So the sun is starting to
61 failed.
okay. Yeah, the door is just dented up. Are you gonna try it?
I'm gonna tell them. Look, there's yell around the corner. Hey, is there a lot of traffic on the Highway 9?
There is currently none. No.
Okay, I'll yell around the corner. I'm like, this looks like somebody tried to knock it in too, but it does have a doorknob on it.
Hey, that's a little bit better, my man.
I'll yell, hey, I'm gonna try it, and I'll see if I can turn the doorknob and open the door.
Okay. So let's see. Investigator Will McFarland. Give me a give me a luck roll.
All right. 31.
Nice.
60 luck. So.
Okay. You twisted the door. And now give me an idea roll, because it feels like the knob is jiggling.
03.
Ooh.
You saw this. You saw this in a TV show. You take out your Sears store card and wiggle it around in there, and there's a pop and a click, and the door opens.
This is the lock picking lord love this place. Yeah, I'll say it's open. It's open, and I'll push it open.
All right.
Well, man. you have to pull it open.
It opens out. Okay, yeah. I will pull it open and step back.
I will boot you from the game. All right, so you swing the door open. The lights are off. It is tile floor. There are a couple of doors on the left and a couple of doors on the right.
And it's a hallway with a dead end at the end.
It is a hallway with an intersection at the end. It goes it goes in about 30 feet, and then there's a turn to the right, and it continues past that. Basically, you get the impression that it is basically a T-shaped building.
Okay, I'll wait for the others to come around the corner if they're coming. If it doesn't look like they're coming, I'm gonna yell, "Hey, are you coming?"
We're not too far from the car, right? 15, 20 feet or something.
No. Well, if you're going around with him, you're going to be about 50 or 75 feet from the car, because
right.
You have to go around the church to where he's at.
I wasn't with him. I figured I stayed back at the car, but
okay,
the car's close to us, right?
Right.
I'd like to pick up my sidearm, pick up my piece, as it were.
Okay.
Before going that way.
Alrighty. So
I'll grab his shotgun too.
Okay. Carrie, how about you? Are you faithfully filming this breaking and entering, or are you just holding your camera around?
Oh yeah. It's not breaking and entering. It's investigation in her mind.
I see.
We broke nothing.
All right. So Yang, how about you? How about Philip Barker?
Yeah, he's going in.
Okay. All right. So you're all it's pitch black, and give me a photography roll for Carrie, please.
Okay.
18. Yeah, you're just wasting battery power and film. It's too dark to film in here.
Philip will pull out his Zippo and light it up.
Okay. It's a little musty in here, but not any worse than a church might be. There's that smell of many hymnals and thoroughly trodden on yet lovingly tended carpet. That antiseptic smell of a bathroom. So you've got 2 doors on your left, 2 on your right, and then about like I said, about 20 feet down, you've got presumably an intersection where the back of the sanctuary meets the cross section of this building.
I'm making sure to hand Will his shotgun, and I'm stuffing my weapon in my pants.
Okay. Alrighty. So on your left, the doors are very clearly marked. On your left, it says janitor's closet, sanitary supplies. 1 door up from that, and it's about halfway down. It says Sunday School A. On your right, now the doors are not perfectly staggered where they face each other. So on your right, the door is about 15, it's about 10 feet down. And it says choir practice and robes. And then a little further down from that, that door says pastor's office. So those are your doors.
Hey man, this looks totally usual. I think we just broke into a church.
Why don't we check the pastor's office?
How about you do that? I'm gonna go back outside and look around, make sure nobody ain't scoping us out.
Fine.
Okay. Anybody else going back outside?
I'm gonna hang in with Phil just to
Yeah,
help him if he needs help.
I'm gonna
Okay.
kind of film inside here.
Okay.
At Zippo Light.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Zippo Light. It's Ted is like gonna be like, God damn it, I sent y'all out there to shoot some film. I had a glowing spot in the middle of the screen. What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
This is gonna be the best horror film of any time. Just wait until the 2000s.
Boy, you're getting
Bob
bumped
the
out.
camera.
You're fired. You'll never
Make
work
sure
in this town again.
Make sure to bob the camera a lot when you're filming.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
So
That way it looks like we're running.
which door are you going in?
Pastor's office.
Pastor's office. Okay. There is a window. Because again, you're on like one part of a T, and it makes sense. There's a window. You can just see by the light of your Zippo there that it is boarded shut from the inside. There's a desk. There are a lot of chairs in this room. They're not like piled up. They are sitting in a semicircle around the desk. Give me a spot hidden roll, please. I should point out the shelves in here are all bare.
Nice.
Does that make your spot hidden check?
Yeah.
Except for a single banker's box that is on the bottom of a shelf in the lower corner.
I will check that out.
Okay. There are a couple of just the manila file folders and 3 metallic cylinders there. Well, you know what? Let me see. Let's have a look. See. Give me a photography roll, please.
Okay.
No, this is for Will.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
He's digging through the
Ooh.
box. Give me a photography roll.
okay. It's not going to be great.
Well,
Oh, you said Phil.
Yeah.
His
Sorry.
is the light blue, so 75.
Yeah.
So yeah,
75.
you're not in the dark. It's hard to tell. They could be jars, sewing kits. You don't know what. But there is a the folders are empty except there's a stapled sheet, two pieces of paper stapled together, and then there's the cans.
I think he will take that. Take the whole box.
Okay. Yeah, it only weighs a couple of pounds.
And he'll put it on the desk and start checking around the desk, like if there's any drawers or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean there are drawers, absolutely. You guys outside, give me a luck roll, please. Either of you.
Uh, 58.
Does that make it?
No.
Okay. All right, so you've got the box. You've got the box, Will. There's desk drawers. There's like just one of them has like a Bible in it. Another has paper clips, staple remover, stapler. There's one that's like filing cabinet sized, and it's got a bunch of hanging folders in it. But they're all empty. They all seem to be have been very deliberately emptied.
I want to check out that Bible.
It's just a King James version. It's stamped for parishioners or beloved guests, courtesy Open Door Baptist Church, Delta, Alabama.
Any like special notes or writing or missing pages or anything?
There's no missing pages. There's like it looks like somebody maybe hastily scribbled. It's a hardcover Bible. It looks like somebody maybe hastily scribbled in a corner of the inside cover, like they were trying to get a pen to write. But it's old and the ink is faded. Outside, you hear the approach of a car. It is coming from the north.
All right, I'm
or from the northeast,
going,
I should say.
Yeah, I'm going to walk in that general direction as nonchalantly as possible.
Okay. All right.
Can we hear that inside as well?
Everybody inside, give me a listen check.
I got a 37.
And what's your hear noise or your listen?
Listen 60. So.
Okay, so yes. Carrie. No. You have a buzzing. You have a buzzing camera next to your head. So yeah, you guys hear the sound of a car driving up, and let's see.
I'll mention it just in case somebody else didn't hear it. Hey, there's a car pulling up.
Well, you don't know if it's pulling up yet.
Well, there's a car out there that's moving, either ours or someone else's.
Phil's gonna say, "Let's get out of here."
Yeah. Let's scoot out
He's
the
gonna
door.
he's gonna take the contents of that box and shove them in his pocket. So,
your pockets are going to be bulging. The cans are about 3 inches in diameter and 2 inches high. There's 4 of them. The folders, or at least the piece of paper in the folder, you could probably fold up and cram in your pocket. As you guys are stepping out, Pete, you are walking up, and it is a sheriff's patrol car,
Oh, Jesus.
county sheriff's patrol car, pulls up, and out steps your best buddy.
The guy that broke our taillight.
The guy who pointed out your broken taillight. The guy who just wants you to be safe when you're driving up the road. Well, I didn't take. He pulls up, gets out. He's got his hand. Got his hand on his hip. You told me. Wait, I'm sorry. Is Will outside or is he inside?
He was inside.
Nice.
He's inside. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Oh, I need to get my dice off the table. Sorry about that. He kind of looks you over, Pete, and says, I know that car, but I don't think he was driving it. I didn't expect y'all to be churchgoers now. What y'all doing? What y'all doing here?
Sir, I'm so glad you showed up. You know, I seen you when we got stopped, and rightfully stopped. We did get. I was worried over here. We was all worried over here. We came up. We talked to Cletus over there at the shop, and then we got a room and all that stuff. We were just gonna stop over and weather over the night, but we heard a noise from over yonder, and my friends checked it out, and I got scared.
So you got scared and you done run up here to a church. Give me a fast talk roll.
Well, I ran out here, you know. I ran out here. I was watching after him.
You
Fail by 10.
all right. He's like, yeah, that's a real likely story. Seems to me like a bunch of city slickers done come up here to Delta, and y'all acting like y'all just gonna make off with something, maybe for an antiques market down in Atlanta, or maybe you're heading up to Gadsden.
I gotta be honest with you. If there was some kind of antique here, I ain't seen it. But let me let you know, if I'm not too bright, you know. I just write books and this and that. If you want to talk to somebody that's got a little bit more that, you know, a little bit more on your level, they're right around the corner.
We just see about that. You go on up there in front of me and keep them hands where I can see them. You tell your friends to come out here now.
Hey, come on out now. The sheriff finally showed up.
I think we're on our way out of the building already. But yeah, we'll walk around quietly with, acting like nothing's taken place.
Carrie's gonna come out, but she's gonna have her camera up.
Okay, that's fine.
She's recording. I mean, police brutality could be a story too.
Phil, as I understand, you had your shotgun, right?
I don't have a shotgun.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Will had the shotgun.
Will.
And I believe...
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that... Pete had handed it off to me when he came into the building, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So, yeah. I'll...
He steps around. He sees that gun. He draws his sidearm and points it right at you and yells, "Y'all stop moving! You drop that goddamn hog legger. I'll put you down, boy."
I'll drop it. Put my hands up.
Give me a luck roll.
Lucky it fell and the hammer fell.
Actually, you had mentioned you unloaded it.
I did. Yeah.
You did. Okay, so
78.
78. Yeah. So yeah, it clatters out of your hands. Isn't it? Missy, you put that TV camera down.
I'll say to him, it ain't loaded. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I follow that under famous last words.
Yeah, well, you can check it when we get out of your way.
So she'll take her finger off the button and just let it hang on her chest on the strap. So it's safe.
I mean, this is a 16 millimeter camera. You're holding this thing up like this. So I'm just this is a good size piece of camera equipment.
Okay.
Not like
she'll
an
put it
8mm.
down, but she's not gonna like let it hit the ground. She's
Oh
not
no,
just gonna
that's
drop it.
fine. That's fine. He's not demand. No, throw it to the ground and smash it. Now y'all gonna tell me what the hell's going on here? I'm gonna take y'all down to the barracks. I have y'all arrested for breaking and entering, trespassing, desecrating the church, and driving around with a busted taillight. And that's gonna be the least of y'all worries.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that we were told by those folks in the town that there was bad things coming over here, and we just came to look and see what might have been. The door was open. We didn't break in.
Let's see. Oh, let's give me a fast talk roll.
Yeah, not good for me.
Not good for you. No,
Yeah, this isn't my forte.
It is not.
It's not even the forte of my forte.
Hope springs eternal.
34. Yep.
34, but not
failed by
today.
29.
That's a real goddamn clever story you telling, boy. All of y'all, get down on your knees and put your hands on your head.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Pete?
Yeah, so I'm behind this guy, right? So
no, you are in front of him.
Oh, okay.
He was very clear that you were to walk in front of him.
Right. Yeah, I thought he told me to stay behind. Well, yeah. I'm gonna have to do this as well. I mean, trying not to expose the revolver that's tugged down in my pants.
All right.
So remember that story about deliverance you're talking about? It isn't Cthulhu after all.
Okay. Yeah, some of the audience is getting into it. All right. So yeah, his revolver drawn on you, pointing at you all. He just shakes his head and says, "Y'all in more trouble than y'all could possibly understand." And that is where we are going to leave it for the evening. I want to thank everybody out there in the audience for watching. I would like to thank all of my players singly. Doomsword, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Kevin, wonderful job. Thank you for playing tonight.
Yep, it's a good time.
Yang Yan Zhao, the one and only, man. Bring in the Southern accent. I loved it, dude.
Thank you.
And Kanek, of course, the without whom we would not have 4 players. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight.
For sure.
Yes. So and thank you to my audience. Big shout out to RRTNZ for the super. I really appreciate that. Those always help. We will be back next Friday with some more Call of Cthulhu. I will be back next Monday with some regular old show. You guys will just have to tune in a week and find out what's going on in the outskirts of Delta, Alabama. But until then, you guys be good to each other. Please, I must insist that you be good to each other. And regardless of whether it has tentacles or not, do beware for the dreaded owl bear. Peace. Good night. Love you all. See you next week.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.